All right, guys, the ultimate test. We're here outside. It's very, very cold, so Lisa's doing not so great in terms of a little bit cold. I've got goosebumps happening in my arms. We'll be nice and quick here. Now, where we are, we're in a cul-de-sac. We're in Las Vegas, and it's outdoors. It's actually very, very tough because I've got no ceiling to bounce off. I've got really no ground to bounce off. This is just ordinary tar or bitumen, as we call it in Australia. Now, right over there is a wall that's very, very far away. Now, in fact, if I had to estimate 10, 20, 30, you know what, 60, 70 feet, give or take, about 60, 70 feet away. First of all, I'm going to just show you how I expose for ambience first. So I am here, focusing on Lisa, and then as you can see, it's really, really muddy. I've got the ambience of the house lights in the background. Yes, I can make them darker a little bit, but at the moment I am shooting with 200th of a second f4 at 5000 ISO. I might bring that down a little bit, 4000 ISO, 200 f4. And what I'm going to do is, we talked about bouncing the flash 90 degrees in the direction of where the nose is pointing. In this case, Lisa, I'm going to get you to turn your face slightly that way. Perfect. Now, if I go TTL, guys, TTL, it's through the lens. The flash is determining the output of the power with the camera. It's not going to give me enough power. I know this from experience. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the flash on. I am going to use my compensation. So now it's at 0. It's on TTL, but it's on 0. What I want to happen is I want the light to go all the way on that wall and then bounce all the way back. So I am going to, I think I need about 2 stops of compensation. In other words, I'm getting 2 more stops of power than what the flash and the camera are talking to each other about. Okay, let's see if this works. So 200 f4, 4000 ISO, plus 2 stops of power. I'm going to lower my camera angle so I get a bit of ambience. And now, just lean forward towards me, Lisa. Turn your face that way, and just eyes that way. There you go, perfect. Not meant to be an incredible shot, guys. We're just doing this little technique here. Good, hold it. Let's see if this worked. And it did. Have a look at that. Isn't that crazy? That looks beautiful. The light on there is just about as good as it'll get with one on-camera flash, but look at the environment that we're in. Like, this is basically all the way, again, 60, 70 feet. This is no joke. I love the fact that we can do this. And if you were shooting, let's say, outdoors in a tent or something like that, you could bounce off a tent, you can do many things. Now, let's talk about another scenario. What happens if we didn't have anything to bounce off? We bounce 70 feet away, Cape, 70 feet back, it's 140 feet. So don't use, Jerry, I've got a very large reception, I don't know how to bounce, and don't use that as an excuse. Now, we have nothing to bounce off now. The actual homes are so far away, it's ridiculous, it's very difficult. So what we're gonna do now is, I'm going to show you a really fun technique that you can use. In fact, all you need is just one little thing to bounce off. It could be that you just put a light stand on and a reflector and you bounce off that reflector, or do something like this. Dylan, I've got this little bug on me. I'm going to use your back here, mate, so I apologize for that. Okay, so just stand right there for me. That's about right. I've got to sort of look at, you know, how is it going to bounce? It's going to ricochet and everything. So take one step to your right, and then just turn a bit to your left. Stop. So is he pointing his back towards you, you would say? Okay, so look at him. So actually just, Lisa, look that way for me. Okay, I'm gonna lower my angle now. Let's see what we got. Perfect, I love it. Check it out. We've got some beautiful ambience in the background. We've got the light on her face, and you would swear that was a softbox done with one little on-camera flash. Now, okay, now you're saying, well, wait a second, we're photographers, we all wear black. There's no white shirts, it's not gonna happen. Well, let's see what else we can do. Dylan, you can put your jacket on, mate. What I'm gonna do now is I'm actually going to go about -1 on my flash. So in other words, if I put it on TTL and don't compensate, I don't add more power or less power, then it's just outputting what it thinks it needs. By experience with the technique that I'm about to use, I feel like -1 is going to be where it's at. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to bring my thumb right on the corner of this flash. what's going to happen is the flash will bounce off my hand and go on her face. Now, just before I do that though, in fact, I want to shoot you TTL, zero compensation and full flash, just to show you the difference. Okay. So there we have a deer in the headlights, a beautiful deer in the headlights nonetheless, but not that great. Yes, we can use modifiers. Yes, you can do all these different things, but if you had nothing and you were under the gun and you wanted to actually try a different technique, all you've got to do, and again, for me, I'm thinking it's going to be at -1 compensation. I'm going to bring my thumb right on the corner of that flash. I am going to bounce it off my hand. Let's see. Now check that out, guys. Now, you would say there's not as much modeling on her face than before, of course, because the flash is not bouncing all the way there and coming all the way back. But if you look at that shot, now at least there's a bit of warmth. Why? Because the flash is hitting my skin tone and then back on her. But you've got to say, it at least is better than that. That one is very cold, it's uninviting, it's very straight. This one, you can see a bit more shadow on her cheekbone on the right there, or camera right, and a little bit of jawline there, and of course, we increase the warm tone. So guys, I love this. Practice this technique and you'll be amazed. When you're at a reception venue, when you're playing around a little bit and you're seeing the mother of the bride turn left, turn right, if she turns her face left, this goes right, bang. If you want to shoot a vertical shot and then she turns her face that way, bang. You'll be doing this left, right, up and down so many times, it will make your flash very, very loose like mine is. So just remember, guys, you don't always have to practice safe flash and put something on your flash head. Just leave it. Leave it bare flash. You might just enjoy it better. Practice this technique. You'll find that 90% of the time, Lisa's getting delirious, 90% of the time this will work. Why it will not work, we'll discuss in the classroom right now. Thank you so much, guys.